Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Lunch with Lisa.
Hello and
I
welcome,
am
everyone.
Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing and the creator of this Facebook group, Soul Sourced Healing. I healed myself from cancer by myself without any assistance from the medical model whatsoever. And if I can do that, you can do that too. So if you are a light worker who is ready to take your health into your own hands, you are in the right place. So what I learned on my healing journey is that the dis-ease happens when we fall out of alignment with our soul, when we forget the brilliance, the beauty, the magnificence of who we are, and we fall into the density, the shadows here in the 3D realm, when we fall into the grips of fear, doubt, worry, guilt, shame, blame, and all of those other low frequency vibrations and the ideas that go with them, the ideas of lack, scarcity, isolation, disease, all of these ideas that aren't true for who we are as the soul. So today, I wanted to do a guided journey back home into the soul so we can see who we truly are and start realigning our energies. And when you realign your energies from the position of being the soul, your body starts to heal automatically. Everything is energy. We've all heard that phrase. But what does that mean? It means that all energies have their own frequencies. Shame, blame, guilt, they all have separate frequencies. Freedom, ease, joy, well-being, they all have higher frequencies. These energies, they're all energies. So let's take this time to realign our energies into the higher frequency bandwidths, into alignment with who we truly are. We are all created in divine perfection from unconditional love, high vibe beings. So let's take a few moments and let's gather ourselves together and let's close our eyes so that we can see the non-physical realms. Our physical eyes are used for seeing the physical stuff. But our third eye, the view screen of our imagination, is where we see in the non-physical realms. Ideas are non-physical. Space is non-physical. Imagination is non-physical. Energy, light are non-physical. Let's look in the non-physical realms. So let's bring our attention inside as we close our eyes and bring our attention to our own awareness. Become aware of being aware. Become aware of your thought space. Become aware of space itself. space is the space in which all universes are suspended. All of physicalness exists inside the non-physical. Simply notice the space. Notice that this space is quiet and still. Notice the space that just is. Notice that in this space, you just are. Just simply notice you. Notice yourself. Notice your wings. Just imagine if you had wings, what would they look like? What do they look like? For we each have our own wings. We are each angelic beings of light. Simply notice your wings. How big are they? What color are they? Notice that your wings are wings made of light. Just because they're not physical substance doesn't mean that they're not real. Simply notice them and you will see them. See the light that you are. Open your wings and allow your wings to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Allow your wings to expand. Allow yourself to get bigger than your physical body. Allow yourself to get bigger than the building that you're in. Allow yourself to get bigger than the earth itself. As you continue to get bigger and bigger, notice that your body is inside you. Notice that the building you're in is inside you. Notice as you expand out bigger than the earth, that the earth is inside you. Expand out farther and farther, get bigger and bigger until the entire Milky Way galaxy is inside you, so that you can see the Milky Way galaxy on the view screen of your imagination. This is how we see. Expand out bigger and bigger until all physical universes are inside you. And notice that you are the space of being. You are infinite. Simply notice. Notice that in this non-physical space of being, the space that is, notice that in this space, there's no heaviness, there is no density, there's no physicalness in this space. Just simply notice. And notice that in this space of being, you, There's just harmony. There's just lightness of being. Notice there's no resistance in this space. There's nothing to have to push against, nothing to fear, nothing to worry about, nothing to struggle against. It's just the space of being. In the physical world, our body casts a shadow when we're outside in the sunlight. And this metaphor of the sun and the shadow is the metaphor of source and darkness, the light and the dark. If we think of the sun as source in this analogy, we want to be heading towards source. We want to be facing the sun. We want to allow the rays of the sun to come to us and warm our skin and light up our life. The sun, an infinite source of giving. Without the sun, this planet, we would perish on this planet. The sun is the source of life force energy. And it is shining 24/7, 365, constantly giving life to us, to this planet. Simply notice. But then turn and look at your shadow. The shadow is the part where the light does not penetrate. It's not bad, it's not evil, it's just simply the place where the light doesn't get in. And simply notice that your shadow reflects you, but it's kind of distorted. It doesn't look exactly like your body. It doesnn't have the exact size, the exact size and shape that your physical body does. And notice that shadow, like later in the day, it gets really long and skinny. Or if the sun is right overhead, the shadow is small and round. Depending on where we are in relation to source, that shadow changes shape. And if we put our hands up above our head, that shadow can look like a big scary monster. Or we can make shadow puppets with our fingers. We can utilize that shadow. But if we live looking only at the shadow, we see a very distorted version of who we are. When we turn our back to the light, we see the dark. The light is always there. It is always shining. We can never be separated from source. During the day, we see the sun shining, and at night, we do not. It doesn't mean that the sun has gone away. It's simply that we are facing in the other direction. But the nighttime is the time that we use for getting quiet and going to sleep and resting and rejuvenating. And then we start our day again the next day when the earth turns back to the sun and the light returns. When we turn our back to the source of who and what we are, and we start living, facing our shadows, looking at the shadows, believing that the shadow is who we are, living in disease or lack or limitation or guilt or shame. It is the shadow that creates the disharmony in our lives. It's the shadow, believing that the shadow is real, is what creates the dis-ease. And we carry that dis-ease in ourselves as a feeling of discomfort. And when we allow ourselves to carry that discomfort long enough, that discomfort turns into dis-ease in our bodies. There's nothing wrong with our bodies. Our bodies are not being attacked by diseases. Our bodies are simply showing us which direction we have been pointing. Our bodies are simply showing us where we have believed the shadow instead of seeing and being the light. Notice your angel wings. Notice, get bigger, bigger, bigger. Again, if you have contracted back into noticing your physical self. Open those angel wings, get bigger, 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 expand out beyond all universes until you notice that you are in the space of the non-physical. Notice that you are the light. You are the sun. Source is always shining to you and through you. You and the sun of source are one. You are the one created in divine perfection. There is nothing wrong with who you are. But you may have been turned with your back to the sun. You may have been looking into the shadows. So let's use this opportunity to turn and face the sun. Notice the light. Be that light. Notice that from your heart space, that sun is you. The sun is shining. That brilliant, bright light is you. See it. See yourself as this light, as this blazing, glorious sun. And allow this light, the light you are, to start melting the shadows in your reality. Allow this sun to light up any of the illusions that have been causing fear or doubt or worry or dis-ease. Because all of those distortions are the shadow. They're not true for who you are. Allow your sun to shine bright. Notice that as the light you are, there is no darkness in your light. Be the light. See that you are the light. You are the light of source, made in the image of God. This is God, the light. One and the same. You are source. Allow this life force energy, this light, this love-filled light that you are, to move into every cell of your body. Notice that every single cell of your body contains this same light, the light of you. Allow your cells to turn their light back on, just like you are shining your light right now. Every single cell in your body is made of this light. Allow the light to burn away any darkness, any dis-ease, any places that you have fallen down into the shadows. Allow this light to light you up. When you operate from this space of being the light you are, the light you are heals all wounds, because the wounds are simply the shadow. The wounds are where we have believed that the shadow is real. We have given power to the shadow with our fears, with our resistance, with trying to push it away because we've been thinking that it's real. Our body is the instrument that shows us the shadow. It feels the shadow for us. And it feels the shadow to simply give us the internal guidance that says, hey, you're looking at the shadow. Turn around and look at the light. Feeling any constriction or restriction in your body is your body saying, hey, you're looking at the shadow. When you turn and face the light, the body relaxes and releases. The inner guidance system is in alignment. You're pointing back home to source. When you let go of all of that resistance, when you look at the light, when you be the light, the resistance goes away. When you be the light that you truly are, when you be the love that you truly are, when you shine and show your brilliance to the world that wants to steal that brilliance, it wants to dull your shine. You're not here to let the external world dull your shine. You're here to be brilliant. And this right here, shining your light as the brilliant sun you are. This is how you be brilliant. It feels good to be the light. It feels good to shine. It feels good to be the non-physical soul you are. And from this space, remember who you are. You are not that physical body. You are animating the physical body. And the shadow, all of the stuff that doesn't feel good, is the illusion. It has no power. You are the power. You are the sun. You are the source of all power. And your power is your light and your love. And when you be this, your entire physical experience comes into alignment with this. It is simple. It is easy to simply be yourself and allow everything to come back into alignment with the brilliant light you are. And when you're ready, invite your physical body into this space with you. Notice that your dear, sweet body has never done anything wrong. It is not betraying you. There is nothing wrong with your physical body. Your physical body is simply showing you where you have been giving your power to the shadow. It's showing you where you have believed that you are the shadow. Simply turn around and face the light and notice that you are the light. From the space of being the light, you are your own healer. You don't need anyone else to heal you. You do not need anything else to do the healing for you. You have the power. And so it is.